Hello awesome people, what is going on? It is Brad Fusion here and welcome back to more Star Citizen. So after my initial video the other day where I showed you guys my Avenger sitting in the Aero View hangar, Arena Commander had updated to 1.0, allowing the flight of some of the newer vessels and some of the older vessels as well, including my Avenger. So in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the old hangar, the Selfland hangar, as well as some flying in my Avenger, and some first-person combat, which some people are saying is an Easter egg, and some people are saying a bug. But right now, you can still access it, so I will be showing you guys that today in today's video. So, let's jump down and let's get to some flying. But first things first, let's have a look at the Selfland hangar on the way down. So, admittedly, it does look kind of rustic, it looks kind of old. This is the hangar you get when you don't purchase any other any additional hangar upgrades. This is the standard one, I guess you'd say. So the Aero View came with the Avenger, but I've decided to use this one just to have a look at it, and it kind of looks cool. I like it. It reminds me of Battlestar Galactica for whatever reason. I have no idea, but it looks, I don't know, it looks run down. The fog or the mist, it looks really cool. But no, it just has a really nice atmosphere to it, and all the old panels here with all the buttons and the dials here, I think looks really nice as well. So let's take the Olden elevator down, and let's get inside the Avenger, and let's get to flying. So before we actually get there, I do want to say one thing, and that is a thank you to the developers for fixing the annoying camera issue that has been in the game since God knows when. If you guys saw my last video, or my first video where I showed you guys the Avenger, just turning your head slightly would cause the camera to kind of stutter around. This has been fixed and addressed now, so thank you guys for fixing that, as that was one of my biggest gripes with the game. I mean, that and the performance, but the performance will come in time as the game gets a little bit more optimized here and there. So this is the Avenger yet again. It hasn't changed much since the last video. I don't think it's actually changed at all since the last video, other than how it actually works and some of the animations inside of it. So we'll go inside the back here like we normally would do, and once we get inside, let's just waddle up. We'll close the back ramp here, and now going in here, I think this looks a little cleaner as well. It's a little brighter too. And I should admit, getting inside the bed has actually been changed as well. So if I actually look at the bed now, instead of just looking at the panel over on the wall there, if I look at the bed here, it'll bring it down, and there's actually a railing on top now that it actually grabs onto, and his head does not clip through the ceiling anymore, which I think is really nice. So I'll press F to get out of here again, and the door does close on you when you go to bed, which I think is a little nice touch as well. The next thing I like is when you press F on this door here, you don't automatically get inside the seat. Instead, the door opens and the seat rotates around, allowing you to kind of see it there before you get inside of it. This I like, because this just means I can have a look at how awesome this ship looks from the inside without having to worry about getting inside the seat. But instead, we'll do that right now, and I'll see you guys in space.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that startup screen is actually pretty damn cool. I have had a bit of a chance to fly around with this before doing any recording, and by a little bit of a chance I mean about 5-10 minutes or so. In general though, with flying in this game, I've had about maybe half an hour of experience, so I am very much new to how flying in this game works. So if you guys do have any advice, any tips, any controls I should probably learn, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below so I can actually become a better pilot and show you guys some decent content in the future of dogfighting and so on and so forth. So right now the ship does fly rather nicely. It has a decent amount of speed, especially when boosting as well. I do like some of the flight mechanics, such as the blacking out and redding out, though I don't know if the game actually can separate the two or if there is even redding out in the game. The most common terms of going out would be blacking out essentially. Redding out is when the blood goes to your head. Blacking out is where your blood goes away from your head. So when you turn rather quickly, I think your character kind of goes a little bit fuzzy, a little bit like so. There you go, and he blacks out like that. That is blacking out, that is not redding out. Redding out is, like I said, when the blood goes to your head instead, which is kind of, instead of pulling up, it's where you'd pull down. And where are we right now? The cockpit is really shiny. There we are. So yeah, let's show you guys some of the guns first. So the initial cannon we have is the Tiger Shark, which is the kind of Gatling cannon of sorts, which I think looks kind of cool in its own right. So this is it firing around. Very fast firing, as you would expect. It does have a little bit of a wind-up time. It's not too long of a wind-up time. Maybe about like half a second to a second, depending on where when exactly you're firing it, and how long it has been since you last had fired it. So the other two weapons I have right now are the Sucker Punch cannons, which look like that. They sound really cool as well, I have to admit, so that's nice. So yeah, let's fire them there. There's not really, I don't really notice any collisions with the asteroids, so I don't know if that's, maybe it's just a really large asteroid, I have no idea. Let's fly, oh, I didn't mean to fly that close. But, oh no, there's a little bit, it's not too much. I was expecting a little bit more dust, but that might have just been me. One thing I know about the Avenger is that you can't really fly backwards in it. I don't know if that's a design choice or whether it's just me being a very bad pilot, not realizing how to reverse in a ship of this caliber. But anyway, enough of the flying around. Let me show you guys the first person kind of shooting and how that it works. So now that I've got flying out of the way, what you want to do the whole first person thing is you want to come over to this landing pad you see via one of the big lasers here. It's usually off to one of the sides. You'll be able to find it quite easily when you actually go and look for it. But right now, don't mind the Avenger that's already parked there, or kind of blown up there, I guess. What you want to do is you want to fly above it and just kind of slowly tap the F key so you go, or so you descend onto the pad itself. If you go down slow enough, your wheel should have time to extend, or whatever your landing gear your vessel actually has. And once you've landed and you press the F key at the right time, your actual pilot will get out of his seat. So let's go down right now. Let's just go down really slowly here. If I tap the key at the right time, oh, didn't mean to do that, but we have actually got it now. It might stick us on top of the ship, we'll have to see. No, it didn't. It actually put us on the inside here. So now we are outside of the ship. It is a little bit finicky. That's why people are saying it's a bug. Some people are saying it's an Easter egg, but I'm not entirely sure. And to be honest, I'm not really complaining. So once you get outside of your ship, you can do it inside your ship, but I prefer to do it on the outside. Let's crouch and get out through here. Like so, there we are. Now, once you're outside, you can scroll down on your mouse wheel, and that will give you access to your pistol, which admittedly does look really, really cool. It seems like it's operated by a battery, however, I could be wrong. I mean, it does have a heads-up display, so it will have to be powered by some sort of electricity, and the rounds itself do seem to be energy-based, which I think is kind of cool. So, admittedly, firing from your hip isn't very accurate. At least it seems to fire down and to the left of the center of your screen. So if you did want to hit something accurately, you'd have to aim up and to the left of the target. So, like so, if I was firing at that light, for example. But if you aim down your sides, obviously it's a little bit easier to fire at your targets. And admittedly, it does look really, really cool. Now, right now, this pistol is extremely powerful. By extremely powerful, I can take apart this Avenger in just a few shots. So for example, let me fire at the front here. Just a few shots. Let's go with 5 maybe. There you go. 5, and the front is kind of leaking, it exploded, a little bit of damage here and there, and a few more shots and the whole Avenger will be destroyed. Now, I don't know if this is a design choice for the strength of the pistol, whether it's just because it's an Easter egg, it's kind of a funny joke. This pistol is extremely powerful. I have no idea. Whatever it is, it's really fun to use. I believe I can access my jetpack when I leave this range here, like so. Well, I don't know if it's really called a jetpack, but I can at least fly around anyways and just show you guys how this looks as well, especially when flying with the pistol. So let's do a few more shots here and there. You guys can see I've now set the wing alight, like so. Gonna fire it a little bit more. There you go, a little bit more damage done to my Avenger here, which I think looks kind of cool. Let's fire at it even more. There we go. And I can actually slow myself down, and I died. Aww. So anyways, I feel this will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about the pistol in the comments down below. More so on its aesthetic than its damage, as I feel its damage values are only placeholder right now. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome, everyone.